DYF, Dharma Yoga Festival, which is being celebrated not just in Orlando, but throughout the country, at many, many cities. It's part of a celebration of 150th anniversary of Swami Vivekananda's birth. So this is a part of the overall celebration. So I request Brahma Garawalji to inaugurate this session. I know him for last 30 plus years, and currently he is chairman of many, many organizations, but now I know him personally as chairman of Hindu University of America, the university which has been in existence in Orlando for last 25 years. And he has been nurturing, supporting, guiding all these years. Thank you, Prabhuji.
This Gyan Yoga session, you know, the Hinduism is all about Gyan and of course other techniques also, starting with Vedas, Upanishad, Brahma Sutra and Gita and all that. So today we are very, very fortunate. We have got a fantastic panel here who are going to give us in-depth knowledge what our teachings are all about. It's nothing sectarian, they are all universal if you really understand the meaning, translations of those Sanskrit words. So Raghuramji from Hindu University and Chinmay Mission, so all the speakers are Professor and Mr. Taylor, Kiran Bhai and Anne from
St. Petersburg Vedanta Center.
Oh, Vedanta Center, okay. And of course, Abhinav from Hindu University. So very fortunate to have this great panel. And I'm sure later on, whatever, after they have spoken, there will be time for questions and answers.
My colleague, Shri N.V. Raghuramji, who is a relatively newcomer to Orlando. And he has just joined as the president of Hindu University of America. Raghuramji has also been a founder, chairman of another institution called Yoga Bharati, which has spread its work widely, obviously in this country, but many other countries, particularly in Europe, in Germany, and Middle East, in Turkey. So his passion is yoga, particularly the yoga teachings as propagated or pronounced by Swamiji. And he loves to talk about any time on any aspect of this yoga and philosophy. So I invite Raghuramji to share a few thoughts.
Thank you, Abhinavji, and thanks the organizers for giving me this opportunity. And as he rightly said, I'm the most recent addition to Orlando.
We have Miss Anne Schonecker, instructor from Vedanta Center, Pittsburgh, Florida.
In all of the Vedanta Center's activities, foremost is the goal to spread the idea of the divinity of every being and how to manifest it in every thought and action, and to spread the idea that all religions lead to the realization of the same reality known by different names in different religions.
Thank you. Thank you, Anne. Our next speaker is Shri Kiran Patel, representing or volunteer of Chinmaya Mission, Orlando. Kiran Patel is a senior mechanical engineer at Siemens Power Generation. He is also senior sevak at Chinmaya Mission in Orlando. He has helped the organization take roots and flourish in Orlando from the time of its inception in late 80s. Our next speaker is Professor Philip Lucas, Professor of Religious Studies, Stetson University, DeLand, Florida. Professor received his PhD from University of California at Santa Barbara and has published 4 books and numerous articles in the fields of new and minority religions, religious freedom, comparative spirituality, and American religious history.
Well, thank you very much. I think it's a most auspicious moment that a group of people have gotten together on this beautiful September day to look at Jnana Yoga. It's not something I would have expected. in Central Florida, but it's a wonderful and auspicious occasion. So thank you so much for inviting me to attend.
Our panelist is Dr. Hasmukh Taylor. He is presently a director of yoga philosophy and teaching at Pranav Yoga. He is highly experienced and was a former professor at University of Central Florida, graduated with honors from Imperial College, University of London in 1974. He has pioneered the first ever yoga course integrated with Far Eastern philosophy for the honors students at the Burnett Honors College, University of Central Florida from 2005 to 2010. On September 12, 2010, he was awarded Doctor of Metaphysical Science on his dissertation on the divine theory of everything, which scientifically proves that the universe is a hologram. The thesis proposes a new model of reality based on the research left by David Bohm, John Bell, etc., to give a groundbreaking true perspective on how the source forms of quantum holograph through yoga-based experience of ultimate reality. So here we have Dr. Hasmukh Taylor.
Thank you. Following Swami Vivekananda's introduction to Jnana Yoga to Western audience, how do you and your organization continue to expand these two things, the practice and the message of Jnana Yoga today? Practice and the message. Let's understand what Jnana Yoga is. But before that, I came in touch with Swami Vivekananda's philosophy when I was 11. It was one of these meetings, and I was quite astounded by what people were talking. Swami Vivekananda talked about prana and kundalini and all those things, and it really touched my heart at the age of 11. And one of the sentences Vivekananda said was, try and find out what this kundalini is. Try and find out who the real self is. Then you shall become a true human being and a most powerful person. That affected me all my life and changed my life, and I wouldn't be sitting here today if it hadn't been for Swami Vivekananda. So I thank Swami Vivekananda to come to the United States and bring this message of the self, what the self really is. It is more real than you seated here in the audience. But before I explain what the self is, Jnana Yoga is about discriminating between real and unreal. Now therein lies the biggest problem. Because if you knew what the real thing was, then you will go for it. The problem is we feel the unreal is real. Now a true Jnana Yogi has amazing sword. He can cut it in two pieces right at the outset. This is real, this is unreal. Now if you can do that, then either you're listening to a true Jnana Yogi, or you begin to understand what Jnana Yoga is about. Now we have learned in the books and heard everywhere, this Maya is an illusion, nothing is real, everybody has to be cremated or put in the coffin and go. Jnana Yogi is a very special person. He knows what is real and what is not real. For that you need a guru. See, Swami Vivekananda was Vivekananda because he had a guru. So first of all, if you ever want to understand Jnana Yoga, find a guru who is realized. Gurus today, they talk about all the scriptures and dharmas and sutras and all that. The question is, the question Vivekananda asked to Ramakrishna, have you seen God? And if the master replies, yes, I have, more clearly than I can see you, then you're on the right path. So I was lucky enough to find one, a real guru, who had seen God. The guru is not the man in the white beard. Guru, according to Lord Shiva, means unreal. ignorance. Ru is the light. So a person who can take you from ignorance to light, or from gu to ru, is the real guru. Guru is a Sanskrit word that explains the true principle, what it really means to be a guru. Guru is Paramatma. Guru is the source. So find one who can clearly tell you this. But nobody understands what ignorance gu means. Nobody understands what ru means. It means light, but what light and what ignorance? So having done the doctorate theory and having examined Einstein's theory and quantum theory and every kind of theory there's about 14 of them, I finally realized professors don't know anything because they're not self-realized. Einstein didn't know because he forgot consciousness. He forgot consciousness altogether. All the scientists, Schrödinger, Tesla, outside on the poster, they all took inspiration from Vedas. And the message is this. Message comes from Swami Vivekananda. Understand your own spiritual philosophy properly. Now you are in the Western world. That doesn't mean Western world is no good. Western world has something very valuable to offer, and that is science and technology. And the practice I am suggesting is understand the science and technology of the Western world, apply that principle to the spiritual knowledge we have to offer in the East. That way you will become a real smart person. You know inside who you are, and you also know how to live in this modern world. Okay? So, very briefly, this guru, this is from a Jnana yogi's point of view, because I'm a Jnana yogi. The two parts you have, which you have to cut immediately if you want to understand the real spiritual knowledge, is this body of yours here, like this iPhone. All of you, to me, are seated like iPhones on this chair. Number one, that is gu, or the unreal. Ru is the one who, hello, are you there at the other end? It's me, Dr. Taylor talking. That is a speaker. Nothing to do with the iPhone. You are a speaker. Somebody who speaks inside you is the real you, not this body or this iPhone. Cut them out together. The speaker inside you, the live speaker, is the real you, not this body. At the outset, make sure you cut into two. Otherwise, you will be wasting time for the rest of your life, and you might get so many headaches and take so many ibuprofen that you will never understand it. These two things you need to understand.